before we get started with this special edition of the Torian Rain Reloaded live stream, I want everybody to go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you are new to the channel, make sure you are sharing this stream on your various social media platforms. It doesn't matter what platform or all platforms. I would greatly appreciate it. This is a great stream we have lined up for you tonight. Y'all already saw the thumbnail, so y'all already know it's going to be a big deal. This is unlike any type of stream I've ever done on my channel before. So please go ahead and do that for me already, and I would greatly appreciate it. I have the chat open. Let's see, who do we have in here so far? Let's see, we got DJ in here, J Cage in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know that people are gonna start flooding in already. I know y'all been ready for the stream ever since I pretty much put it up as an announcement a couple days ago. Let's see who else we got in here. Globally Black, and shout out to you. I met you this past Saturday. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat right now who came to the rally on Saturday, whether you traveled far or you were nearby. I'm glad that you were able to attend. We all had a great and wonderful time, but this is the recap. So we're going to just pretty much talk about what we saw, what we heard, who we saw, and we saw a lot of people. There was a lot of people there, despite some people thinking that this was going to be a relatively small event. It was relatively large, very big. People are flooding in right now. I can't even catch up with everybody who's coming in right now, but I'm gonna see who I can catch. Let's see. Reef the Watcher, Joseph Washington, Amara Woods, Stay Positive, Bunker TV, Janesta, Miss Peoples, Till Dog. Who else is in here? Squeaky 267, Claiborne Bay, Buzzer Cam H1, Gabria Bradley, Salim 72511. Shout out to you, Salim, because I met you. Also, you was at the rally this weekend. I met you. Donna C, Gerald Jarvis, Mila Smith, Ty Mo, Cassandra, Spidey, Rachel, Vulcan. Glad you were all here. It's okay if you wasn't able to make it. There's a lot of people that weren't able to make it, but we did with what we could, and trust and believe. For this to be put together in 3 weeks, it was still a huge turnout. So imagine if the original date stayed locked in, it would have been way more people. Squeaky said you drove 8 hours. That's dope. Shout out to the people that drove and drove far. That's dedication right there. You know, but it was so stressful for me, to hop on 2 trains. It was so stressful for me to hop on 2 trains to get over here, to get down there and be with the family. Like I said, it felt like a family reunion. Donna said I ordered the hoodie you had on. Shout out to everybody that was feeling the hoodie. I got so many compliments from that hoodie. And I said, let me just go ahead and leave the link to the hoodie in the on the community tab. And that was it was a Black woman who made the hoodie. I ordered from Etsy, and she designs the hoodie. She was very, very the line of communication with her was very open, because when I ordered it, because you can do different designs, I almost messed up the design because of the lines. What you wouldn't have been able to see them, with the red lines on the hoodie itself. And at first I was going to have it in black, and she was like, are you sure you want it in black? Because you won't see the lines. I was like, you know what, make it red. And ironically, red is my favorite color. So she helped me out with that. And I got it in a timely fashion, because I'm thinking I wasn't going to get it until either after the rally or maybe right before it, but I got it maybe almost an entire week before, so I was lucky. But yeah, shout out to her. And like I said, if you want to order the hoodie yourself, it's still, if you go back to the picture that I uploaded on the community tab with me wearing the hoodie, it's pinned at the top. So you can go there and support that sister. And she's out of Atlanta, I think. So definitely support her. But enough about me. Enough about, me talking. I just had to kind of warm things up a little bit. I have some guests, some very special guests in the background, and I'm going to bring them up one by one and allow them to introduce themselves. So the first person I'm going to bring up right here is BeatzillaPDX. What's going on?
What is going on, my brother? What is going on, family, in the chat? I'm one of those that was there in spirit, and I was really enjoying watching the lives, man. So even though I wasn't there, was able to feel the energy, and anxious, man, for having this conversation. So once again, brother, thank you for hosting this conversation. And man, I'm hyped for it, man. I'm hyped for
Cool,
it.
cool, cool. Glad you was there in spirit. Next time you will be there in person.
Facts.
All right,
Facts.
cool. So the next person I'm gonna bring up is one of the guests who was actually there, and that is Afro Elite. What's
B1
going on?
salute to all of them. How are you, brother? B1 salute to all of you brothers and sisters. It was so fun at the rally. It was great to meet everybody. Great to meet you, brother Torian. Great to meet
Great to meet you.
all of the brothers and sisters who are there, man. There's so much to discuss. I'm not going to be too long, but it was a beautiful historic moment.
Right. And if y'all are wondering why Afro doesn't have his face on the cam, is because he is actually traveling back from DC back to Chicago. I think he was telling us in the back chat that he's not far from home. I think it's because he really, really wants to utilize that mumbo sauce again. But we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about how the mumbo sauce has put a spell on pretty much everybody who came traveling far and wide from DC, who doesn't live in the DC or the DMV area, and how they can't let it go, especially Tariq. Like it's like now he's constantly putting videos up about that mumbo sauce. It's almost like he's become an unofficial spokesman for it. But yeah, that mumbo sauce. I told y'all, when y'all get down here and y'all get just a little dab of that mumbo sauce, it's a wrap. Your life is forever changed. But with that being said, we're gonna bring up our next guest, Kid Gravity. Got the purge mask on tonight.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I wish I was there as well, but hey, I want to hear everything.
Oh, you're gonna hear everything. You're gonna hear as much as we possibly can. You have 3 people up here who was in attendance, some people that was in the chat that was there. It's a lot. Trust and believe me, it is a lot to discuss about just what happened in just a day, in just a few hours. But last but not least, we're gonna bring up the last guest who was also at the rally, and that is none other than Black Alpha Network.
Peace and love, family. Peace and love. Salute to everybody out there. Reparations on the table. We gonna get it. That was a major step. A story day. It was fun kicking it with the family. My brother Afro. I was talking to Afro all day. I talked to Afro at the mall. You know what I'm saying? On the way there, I see Torian's like the second person I see. It was a great day, man. We're gonna cap it all up. Yes, we are. Yes, indeed. Salute to everybody.
Nice. But yes, this is the entire panel for this evening. Like I said, we have a nice lineup. We're gonna have an amazing, awesome discussion about what happened, what went down on Saturday, this past Saturday, November 5th, 2022, at approximately, well, we was on CP time, so I can't say approximately 11 a.m. So I'm gonna say around 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But it was definitely a historical moment, an event that is definitely going to be one for the books. Like, this is something that's going to be talked about for years to come. Our grandkids, great grandkids, great great grandkids are going to look back on this moment and say this is kind of where it really kicked off right here. So let's hypothetically say, and I'm being very hopeful about it, when we do get our reparations intangibles, we can look back and say that this was part of that launch pad that helped elevate it to where we are now. Like, people always talk about humble beginnings. That's definitely part of that. And before I go any further, shout out to Christopher Ellis for the super chat. He said, so glad I met y'all, a family reunion. And I'm glad you said that, because I kept comparing it to a family reunion. That is exactly what it felt like. And it's crazy because when you think of family reunions, you're thinking about meeting up with people that you've already met like plenty of times over. This was my first time meeting all of, like, everybody who was there. And it was crazy how it all, pretty much went down. But I'm gonna start it off with Afro and pretty much ask him, like, what was your experience like? Because this was your first time going to DC. What was the atmosphere like for you? Because you was also you was a volunteer for the event.
Yes, yes. I love the experience. The food, mumbo sauce, man. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. That mumbo sauce ain't nothing to play with, man. Mumbo sauce off the chain. The people are very welcoming. The FBA family there was very, very welcoming, very hospitable. Um, it was great. The weather was fantastic. This was like, I'm so surprised because it's November. I'm so surprised how beautiful the weather was. It was beautiful weather outside. The rally went off without a hitch. We got there early. As a volunteer, you had to get there early. So we were getting there. I had my assignment, which was pretty much the VIP personnel. So I'm just in the VIP section, making sure Tariq and everybody was straight. So I'm getting people. I bought Tariq, Teslin, and Linus Crown some Gatorade and stuff like that. Made sure they were cool. Just hooking everybody up, getting stuff on the stage, off the stage, and it was amazing. It was amazing. One of the best parts about it is before the rally, this in Tori and I met you and we were talking.
Mm-hmm.
But even before the rally, before Tariq and everybody got there, I'm talking to some people. I'm like, hey, Afro Elite, it's you, it's really you. And I'm talking to people, and it was such a beautiful moment to just talk to the people in real life. Like, you would think, because you never met these people in real life before, it would have been a little awkward. But like seeing them in person, it was really like, this is like your childhood best friend or something like that. Like, it was no awkward moment. It was like this big, huge family reunion. Everybody was happy to see each other. Everybody looked great. The weather was great. I could have talked to anybody for like the whole time. I almost hurt myself because there were so many people that I wanted to talk to. I'm all like, oh, I had to cut conversations short because I'm like, I got to talk to him. I got to go see her. I got to talk to her. I'm like, it was so much going on. And that was before the rally. Then the rally went off. Speakers, beautiful speakers, beautiful speeches, dressed up, everything went off. Security, man, listen, these people did a better job protecting Tariq than the Secret Service does protecting Joe Biden. You couldn't touch Tariq without going through it. I'm telling you. But I mean, that was great. It was fantastic. The way security was, everything. Tariq, actually meeting him in person, it was like a dream come true. Like, honestly, I've been following this man since his first Hidden Colors film, and then I found his YouTube in like 2017. And to like really be there, like shaking Tariq's hand is like something I couldn't really even see that, like, it's almost unimaginable. And he's such a like solid dude, like in real life. Like, a lot of people act differently online than they do offline. But when you were around Tariq, you got like kind of like a uncle vibe from Tariq. Like, Tariq was like your uncle or something like that. Like, it was just beautiful, straight up family vibes. And even after the rally, when everybody wanted to like take pictures, I was taking pictures with a bunch of people. Me and Black Alpha, we took pictures and everything. You, Tori, and me, we took pictures beforehand. But everybody was taking pictures. We were talking about doing videos. Everybody's like, hey, Afro, I got this business going on. I'm like, hit me up, man. And this also a great thing, and I'm going to say this in land because I know I'm been going on, but also a great thing, it was such a wonderful networking opportunity. Because I met so many people, and I'm like, hey, so where you from? Oh, I'm from Chicago. I'm like, okay, well, hey, hit me up, and let's get something popping in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up, and we can do something. So many people told me that they found people who are like right next door to them. So many people connected on like a business level. It was such a great networking event. Such great family, such great to meet people in real life. Some some beefs got squashed at that rally. You know, not all of them. Don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna go that way, but even some issues got settled at the rally. So you know, that was a beautiful thing. It was just beautiful. The whole rally. I'm gonna pass the mic because I understand. You know, I don't want to take too long.
Hey, I understand. Like you're still on a high. Like you still have that adrenaline left in you from Saturday. I think everybody still has that in them. I know I do. Like I feel like physically I'm here in Monday evening, but I'm still in Saturday morning. Like I'm still there in that moment right then. It's crazy because I lived out of everyone that's on this panel right now who was there between, you know, Afro and Black Alpha, I lived the closest. So some would probably think, oh, he's going to come a little bit later. Oh, no, I was trying to get there as soon as possible. Like it was one of them things where I felt like I said, I know this is going to be a long day. I know I have to get an adequate amount of rest, but for some reason, it's almost like I was tricking my mind and my body to not go to sleep because I was so excited for this event. But I said, I know I got to go to sleep. So I said, let me pop these 2 melatonin gummies and go to bed. So like when the day came and it was time to, you know, get up and go, I'm literally on the train, like literally like tapping my foot, like with anticipation. I've never had that feeling before because it's like, I know I had that feeling of what was about to come. And I'm literally getting off the train and walking towards, and I'm seeing them set up the stage and everything. And I'm walking up and I'm just, before I could really get anywhere, people was like, hey, Torian Rain. And it's that same kind of feeling that Afro was having too. And it's like, when you do this kind of content, I said on my Twitter page after the event was over, I said, it almost made me feel like a little bit like a celebrity. I really didn't want to say it like that, but that's kind of how it felt. That, you know, we make this content, people see our face all the time, but we can't see them, or we just see a picture, or sometimes they don't have a picture there, so we can only see the name, but you can't really have the name without the face. So when people tell me who they are, I was like, oh, okay, now I know who you are. I remember it was someone who was talking to me, and they were asking me like what is not like the age demographic that watches my content, and I said between like around my age and older, like between the ages of like 33 to about 55. Like that's like my biggest demographic. And they said, well, it's interesting because I have a nephew who's like 9 who watches you. Now they can't say your name, but they always say Taurus. They said Taurus is on. They like Taurus is on. And they said that's how they know that they're talking about you. And I was like, wow. I said people have their kids watching me, so we are definitely being impactful. Like the youth are definitely watching us, and I think that's really who we're doing it for. When on the most is that they're seeing what we have to offer and what we have to say, and just taking the message and soaking it all in. But it also goes back to who's raising them, like their parents, grandparents, uncles, aunts, whoever, older siblings, cousins, or whatever are helping to push this message down to them that we have to offer. So hearing stuff like that, seeing people and meeting people for the first time, and that was just like an amazing experience even in and of itself. But I'm gonna pass it on to Black Alpha, of course, who also was at the event, who I met for the first time. Him and his lovely wife, Queen Alpha, both of them for the first time. Lovely couple, definitely 2 of the best people that I have ever met. And they did end up finding their way to the White House, by me guiding them there. I had to, because we was at Freedom Plaza, and I said, and I had just kind of made it up as a joke. I said, do y'all want to go see Joe Biden? And Black Alpha was like, hell yeah, I want to go see Joe Biden. And I said, okay, let me pull it up let me go pull it up in my phone. And I said, oh, you're close. All you got to do is 8-minute walk to the left. It's down that way. And he sure enough did. Him and his wife sure enough did. And I told Queen Alpha, I said, do you want to see your girl power sister come out? She's like, hell no.
Hell no. Hell no.
Oh, but let me stop talking. Black Alpha, you got it.
I appreciate that, family. Hey, don't forget, you also said we got to wait for Joe Biden to wake up from his nap. He had to wake up from that nap first, family. Hey, but to your point, I'm I'm glad you told me that, brother, because it never dawned on me. I seen a lot of people just leave, and I was like, let's go to the White House. Let's keep the energy there. And I'm glad I went because I actually ended up meeting 2 or 3 brothers that had just left the rally, and they were arguing with some other group of person, saying that we didn't need reparations or whatever. And the brothers was giving them that work, and I had to like chime in, and it was good, and the energy was, real strong. When we walked all the way up, the park, the White House, past the Treasury. So, I just didn't want the day to end. I really did not want the whole day to end. I just didn't want it to end. It was beautiful. It was historic. It was something that, as I told Tariq when I called in, I told him something I take with me forever. The love. Like when I walked in, first off, y'all know I'm extra hell because I had to have a big ass black outfit hoodie, yellow, just jumping out, and I had to. You feel like I gotta do it, double time. But the people.
Hey, Black, hold on, hey, Black, hold on, Black. I didn't mean to cut you off, but your audio is kind of choppy.
Oh,
it's like
no,
it's going in and it's going in and out. Like I can hear, I know they can hear it too. And the chat is like, hold on, this audio is kind of off a little bit. It's almost like it sounds like it's going really, really fast.
All right, hey, I'm gonna load myself back up, family. I'm gonna save that.
Okay,
I'm gonna load myself back in.
All right. Yeah, we just want to make sure everybody's words are clear and concise when they're explaining their experience about what went down in DC this past weekend. But until Black Alpha comes back in, I'll pass it on to Beatzilla. Were you able to watch any of the coverage of the rally? Because I know some people were streaming it. I know shout out to the 1LVZ because I don't know what kind of phone battery he had, but he was able to stream the entire rally. Like when I saw that, I could not believe he streamed that entire rally. But shout out to him. But I don't know if he had like a backup battery or a charge, like a portable battery charger, but he was able to stream that entire rally, and he still has it up on his channel.
Mm-hmm. And shout out to that brother. And I was watching him, and also my brother Black Star TV 2.0. He was also live, so I got a good, and he was like right in the front as well. So he had like a very clear view of the stage, and the sound was perfect. So it was, man, I pretty much caught it from, let me see, the first speaker I think I heard was Dewan B. So yeah, starting with Dewan B. I don't know if I missed anybody before that, but I caught that and going on to the end, man. So I got a chance to watch literally, I'm thinking the whole rally, and then also seeing the different shots of the crowd so people who did lives walking through the crowd and whatnot. Man, I pretty much got a good feel of like how it felt on the ground as much as I could, because like people were filming in the midst of the crowd, so you got that close. It was crazy. It was a crazy vibe. Real crazy vibe. Dope. So like I said, the energy, you could literally feel it. But yeah, I definitely got a chance to watch watch it and watch the replays and enjoy it some more.
Nice.
Yes,
all right, Kid Gravity, same question for you. Was you able to catch the rally, or did you like just kind of see like clips and videos of it?
Well, I was at work while it was going on, and I was watching the whole thing. I had the phone in my pocket, and I was just listening. So I think I came in when, I want to say, Jade was introducing Professor Small, and I basically just watched it until LVZ finished off the stream. I was just listening to it, but yeah, that energy was crazy. Hey, y'all out there, I give y'all credit. Y'all were on code when Boyce came up there, because y'all was ready. I heard it. Some of y'all started booing. They were like, nah, we not gonna do that. And then y'all let him get off, and y'all cheered him. I'll give y'all credit for that, because I was even when I saw him on the fly, I was like, that's, you know what? Maybe they squashed the beef, but I know how the family feels about Boyce. But I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna hate. He might say something. He was okay. Exactly. Marcel killed it. Connie was awesome. Dwambi shocked me. I didn't think he was going to get up there, but he was talking. He was talking real right.
Yeah, he kind of was he was like a last minute ad, because he wasn't in the original lineup.
Right. But that was cool. But yeah, that energy there. And shout out to the on-code brothers and sisters that were checking, the cops that were showing up. I'm sorry, the FBI agents that were there. Shout out to them, especially the ones where they try to get him on a stop and frisk. I like how he's like, nah, we're not doing this here today, not today. Yes, but yeah, it was a great event. I wish I went, but you know,
yeah, understandable.
Maybe next year. Maybe next year.
Yeah, and it's definitely understandable. Like I said, we definitely got to like give a huge shout out to Tariq, because like I said, this was an event that he put together or had planned for last months in advance. But then the city wasn't trying to give him the permit, and then it's like, oh, it's too late now. We're not gonna be able to have it. But he was determined, and so no, it's still gonna happen. But we just gonna have it at a later date, and that later date was like almost right around the corner. So for him and his team to put this together in 3 weeks and still have the turnout that it did, that's saying a whole lot. So yes, I definitely give a salute and a kudos to him and his team for putting this together in such a short amount of time, because that's not an easy thing to do. But when you're determined and you have a lot of people behind you that want to see something like this prevail and succeed, that is definitely saying a lot. And this is sending a message out now. There's like this, seeing that, oh, this can be something that's put together in such a short amount of time. Imagine what you can do when you have like 3 months to, you know, really organize something together. And some people can't even do that. They can't even put together something in 3 months and have even 10 people show up. This was thousands that was here. And it was crazy because when I got there and saw what it looked like when they were setting up, that space where everyone was standing at was like completely empty. Everybody was really more so on the sides. So it's amazing how as time went on, and by the time people began to start speaking, it was completely full. Like it was already full before they even got to the mic to say one word. But that was definitely commendable. But Afro, I'm gonna pass it back to you. Did you close your rings on Saturday?
I closed my rings. I believe I did, sir. Yes, sir. I believe I did. Now, listen. Let me tell you something. I went for the rally, but I had some side missions. I will confess. I went for the rally for reparations and to support the family, but I did have other agendas. And when I tell you, it's worth the hype. It is worth the hype, my brother. Yeah. I cannot, man, listen. It was so good. I really I wanted to tell people about it, but I didn't know how to describe it. That is so it's so unique. It's such a unique thing. I just didn't know how to describe it. So I looked up apartments to move to DC because I was really contemplating on moving to DC afterwards. I'm all like, you know what? I'm like, you know what? I have to live here now. So I'm looking up apartments. They didn't really have any available. So I'm just gonna have to start making trips.
Are you serious? Are you for real?
Yeah, I did. I set up there. I'm all like, you know what? Shit. I'm like, I'm gonna see. I just want to see how affordable it was. I'm all like, I'm just gonna see. Like, maybe this is better than Chicago.
It was the sauce, y'all. The sauce had a chokehold on it, like it did on everybody who tried it. I don't think I came across anybody.
Hold on. Can I tell?
Go ahead.
Okay. When I went to the grocery store to buy it, there was 2 bottles. I picked up 1 bottle. And I was walking to the register, and I forgot I left my wallet in the car. So I'm all like, okay, then go back, put the bottle back, go to my car, get the wallet, come back, get the bottle. When I went back to put the bottle back, somebody took the other bottle. And I'm like, damn, this is the last bottle of mumbo sauce. I can't risk putting it back. So what happened? There was bags of rice, and I stacked up a bunch of bags of rice, and I hid the bottle of mumbo sauce behind the bags of rice.
That's some
I remember you telling me the
Chicago
story on
ish right there.
Saturday. I was done.
That is some Chicago ish right there.
I ran back to the car to get the wallet, and I ran back and got my mumbo sauce. I was not gonna miss out, man. I was not gonna miss out.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that story on Saturday, like when we first started talking to each other, and you told me that. When I tell y'all, when Afro told me that story, I was dying laughing. I said, it's things that I like, but I don't think I would ever do something like that. Like that, because I wanted something so bad. But that's crazy. And like I said, that is the effect that mumbo sauce will have on you. And shout out to Capital City Mumbo Sauce. It is Black owned. It is sold in Walmart. So for those of you who do not live in the DC or the Maryland, Virginia area, you can go to Walmart and buy it, because I know they sell it there. So you can go ahead and get, and on Amazon, and get it there. That's what I see. You know what? This would have been the perfect opportunity to have the owners of that franchise, of that business, be out there. I'm telling you, they would have sold out. They would have made bank that day. So I wish that that they could have been reached out to actually have been able to set up a table to sell their sauce. I'm telling you, they would have, people would have been trying to buy them things by the boxes, because it is like mumbo sauce really is that good. And they have two versions. They have the mild version and they have the spicy version. I think Afro said he got the spicy version. He might probably got both of them. Honestly, he probably got both of them. Me, I like getting the spicy version because I have a high tolerance for heat. But we have Black Alpha back in here.
Jonathan, it's good with everything.
It's everything. You start off with wings because it's like that's your introduction into it. But once you realize how good it is, then that's when you want to start putting it on everything. Like it's literally like
I got something underrated with it. Eggo waffles.
Waffles. I don't know if I will. I don't know if I will put
mumbo sauce on waffles. You put that mumbo sauce on that chicken and waffles.
Okay, when you say the chicken, then I understand.
Yeah, chicken and what? Blood.
Wow.
I got a bottle coming too. I was like, Lord.
Listen, I want y'all to know something. Yes, I'm not throwing the bottle away. When I'm done with the bottle, I'm gonna save it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it or why I'm gonna save it, but I'm not throwing the bottle away.
Put it in a time capsule.
I'm gonna put it in something. I'm gonna pass it down to my children. It's gonna be like a generation.
Oh my God. It's a family heirloom now. That's basically what it's become.
That should be this should be a movie.
Wow. But like I told y'all, the mumbo sauce is crazy, because when I was in college, I used to tell people about mumbo sauce because I went to school in South Carolina, and they would say, "What is that? Like, that doesn't even sound appetizing or appealing." I said, "Y'all don't know. Don't knock it till you try it." And then they go away for the summer and come back, and they was like, "So and so, you was right. It's something to that mumbo sauce. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's something to it." And I was like, "Yeah, it's a lot to it." And now you're hooked. It's literally like crack in a bottle. It's literally that good. It's like a Pringle chip. You can't have just one. Well, with that one, you can't have just one dab. You got to have a few. You're squeezing it out and everything.
Boss, I was gonna infiltrate, but the mumbo sauce, boss. I'm sorry.
He wasn't there. At least we don't think he was.
Oh, he wasn't
I don't think he was there. But yeah. I don't know if Black Alpha's connection is still not functioning.
You should be able to check it on your side.
Yeah, I can see. Well, it looks like Black Alpha. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hold on,
Lord.
Well, say something.
How's the connection?
It sounds a little bit better now.
All right, just let me know if it gets a little choppy, Fania.
Okay.
You
But
know that brother in the country.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you should have stayed. You probably should have stayed in DC. You could have locked on to the White House Wi-Fi. Just staying right outside the
Oh,
gate. Just staying right outside the gate, and I'm sure you could have just attached yourself to their Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But yeah,
yeah.
back to the event itself. Like Afro said, the weather there was nice. And that is very strange for it to be November, it's the fall, and it's not cold. And it was a lot of people there, me and Black Alpha could actually attest to this because we both wore hoodies. He was wearing a hoodie that was, advertising, his channel. It said Black Alpha Network, had the logo and everything, and I had the hoodie on that said "Run me my reparations." I said, as much as I want to come out this hoodie, I'm not. Because it's almost like I'm advertising a little bit, but the weather was really, really, really nice. It wasn't cold, it wasn't raining. It almost felt like a spring transition into summer type of day. And I love that it was like that because it made the vibes feel even better. Nice weather will always do that. And it's crazy because I think now going into this week, the weather's going to start to drop. It's going to start feeling like fall, like it's going to start going into those lower temps. So I think we came up good on the weather side of things. But shout out to Jade, aka Linus Crown. She did a very good job of pretty much being, I guess you can say, almost like the MC of the event, because she handled everything. She articulated everything correctly, introducing all the speakers, asking the right questions. And the way that they had it set up, if y'all saw it or if you didn't see it, is they basically did it almost like interview style. They let the guest or the speaker come out, introduce themselves, um tell a little bit about themselves, and then Jade would come in and ask them different questions. And that's pretty much how it functioned for the event. I'm glad that it functioned that way, and that way they can keep a rotation of things going because there was so many speakers there. Unfortunately, there was one speaker that I'm sure a lot of people were looking forward to speaking that unfortunately wasn't there, and that was Rizza Islam. Now, I don't know what happened. I don't know if maybe it was a scheduling thing or maybe something came up at the last minute that he couldn't get away from, but unfortunately he wasn't able to attend. I'm sure that I'm almost certain that if that brother was there, the minute he stepped out on that stage, the crowd would have went crazy. They would have probably lost their minds if he stepped out on that stage, because he just has a presence about himself that is so gravitating. And the guy just he knows what he's talking about. And we're talking about a guy that, if he can keep a social media page up for a month, that's a success, because they be going after him. I thought I was doing bad when they were trying to come after my my YouTube channels, and everything like that. But this guy, it was hard for him at one point to try to keep a social media account, whether it be Instagram or Twitter. Those were the two right there that he just couldn't seem to keep. But it seems like he's doing pretty steady good right now. But unfortunately, like I said, he wasn't there. Okay, Mel said, someone said in the chat that said he had a family emergency. Okay, I kind of figured that's what it was.
Yeah,
I said
think
that.
like I know FOI has, like, they had some kind of like last minute meeting. So like a lot of those brothers got called to Chicago.
Okay,
So
yeah, and I'm looking in the chat right now, and they're saying that he had a family emergency. Okay, so that would explain why he wasn't there. And of course, when something like that happens, you just have to be there because family comes first, and it's unexpected. So we completely understand, him not being able to attend the event. But I'm gonna ask y'all this. We can go around one by one. I'll start with you, Beatzilla. Who was your favorite speaker, or speakers if it was more than one?
right, I really enjoyed Dr. Professor Smalls. I really enjoyed him. Of course, Marcel. Um, Marcel, for a couple of reasons. Um, because one thing that he was doing is he didn't just give a speech. He inspired a lot of folks that I heard. So just listening to the feedback, just so from his speech being fire in the first place and watching the impact of it on the people, I would have to give it to Marcel, because the effect was just out of this world. And then, of course, Sister Jade, her hosting duties were absolutely on point. Now, again, the feedback that we've been hearing so far, again, that had impact. So shout out, and of course Tesla. So shout out to all of them.
Cool. All right, Afro, same question to you. Who was your favorite speaker? Even though you was like literally closing them rings, like I said, you was moving around, like your name was Barry Allen, and you was wearing the flash suit. But who was your favorite? Who was your favorite speaker?
Oh man! First off, everybody was great. Not one person dropped the ball. Everybody was great. I loved everybody. No diss to anybody. Everybody was great. I would listen to them again. But if you ask me if I had to pick one, I'm gonna say my favorite was Tariq. Just the way he interacted with the crowd and how much energy he fed into the crowd, and it was like this back and forth thing. When the second he stood up on stage, the crowd damn near made a wave. You know how they be making waves in the crowd? The crowd almost made a wave when Tariq was on the stage. So just to hear that energy from the crowd and to see how interactive he was with the crowd, he really, I mean, everybody was phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, but how he really brought it like to life. Like really, it was incredible to see that. So hats off to all of the speakers, every single one of them, and the double hats off to Tariq.
Cool. Same question for you, Kid Gravity.
Marcel was definitely number one, but a lot of Dr. Mayad actually did very well to get with like the history part of it. That was a good introduction to get people to understand how far back this goes, because a lot of people just see what's happened with what's going on recently, but to go back and see like the intricacies of it, like how they, besides even the legislation, from like what the dirty stuff they were doing back in the 1800s, a lot of people don't know about that. So it was very refreshing to hear a scholar actually go that far back. So people like, okay, you know what? Let me really study this. And now y'all got weapons. Now we have weapons that we can use against these idiots. Every time you mention reparations, they say y'all not getting it. I'm like, okay. So when this group got this, we weren't getting, well, y'all weren't getting this. So now you can't say that, oh, y'all shouldn't be begging, because that's like the new thing now. They're all talking about you. All y'all doing is begging. I'm like, okay. Yeah, but yeah, Dr. Maya, that was my MVP.
Okay, cool. Same question for you, Black Alpha.
Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you much better now.
All right. My favorite, and I got to is my brother. Too. That brother was built for this. He was, when he gets, you hear him in Twitter Spaces. That brother is something different, and everybody knows it. I thought he nailed it. Everything he said was precise. Got a way of speaking to people with a lot of energy. And I'm down here in Southeast Carolina, low country person, so I'm a little biased on that behalf. But I also want to add my brother Dakaba. I got a chance to meet him after, and he speaks to you so clearly that you understand everything he says. So those two right there loved everybody, and I like how everybody played a different role, and everybody solution to it. So shout out to everybody, all the speakers. It was coordinated very well, and much respect to everyone.
Cool. And as for me, I would say that my favorite speaker was Marcel as well. As a person, who was able to, and I think all of us had a chance to interview him, when he was doing his campaign run. So we have it's almost like we have a personal connection with him. So we was able to actually experience how he is on a personal, on an intimate level before he was speaking before a crowd of people the way he was, and to see him able to captivate an audience the way that he does. I think he probably had outside of Tariq, probably had one of the second largest reactions when he got out on that stage. And you know, he has just such a presence about himself, like he lets you know that he's there, and he's like, he's in the room or in the crowd, he's like with you. He's give him some more time, he's gonna be right up there with Marion Barry for me. And I am so glad, speaking of Marion Barry, he was mentioned at this rally. And before I go any further, shout out to Hackson UT for the super chat to stay based. OP, appreciate it. Marion Barry was mentioned at this rally. Now, anybody who knows me knows how much I have so much respect for that man, dead or alive. He was one of the few black politicians, because he does not fall into the category of politrician for me, who actually did for black people in DC and even in the surrounding areas. And I was telling people about Marion Barry, for those who were not aware of who he was. This man definitely was a huge, intricate part of the structure of DC during his mayoral run. As when him being mayor, even with all the controversy that was surrounding around him, the people still loved him and continued to re-elect him until he couldn't run no more. That's the kind of impact that a black politician should have for their people, and that's exactly how he was. And I saw someone in the chat said that Tariq brought him up. Dope. He was a huge staple for DC. And also, before I go any further, shout out to the person who was doing that mural of the Queen Mother herself, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, another DC native. You know, she wrote the Black Bible, the ISIS papers. I'm always helmet up as that, because that's exactly what it is. And that person was doing a whole mural while all of that was going on. They could have been easily distracted, but they put together a nice mural of this woman who definitely, in my opinion, didn't get enough flowers while she was alive. She should have had like a bouquet, a few of them, honestly, because she's definitely one of our primary golden scholars of our time and for all time. So definitely shout out to the person, to the artist that they got to do that mural of her. I wonder where if they're going to keep that in DC, or if Tariq is going to find a way to maybe put it in his museum, or maybe have the artist do another mural maybe for the museum and keep that one in DC. But I mean, we shall see, because it was a very nice mural, because I didn't know what they were doing. I was just kind of looking at it from a distance, and then when I didn't find out what it was until I looked it up when I looked on Twitter what it was. But yeah, but also more so than anything that this event did is that okay, Black Alpha, I see the message, but thanks for coming through though. Okay, understandable. But more than anything with the event itself is that this event proved all the naysayers wrong. All of them. Every last one of them has to eat their words and choke on them. Point blank, period. And the naysayers know who they are. We don't even have to mention their names.
Yes,
one of them knows exactly who they are.
We'll just say the White Sauce was calling him that weekend.
Right. But yeah, because in case y'all didn't know, the Rally for Reparations hashtag was the #1 trending hashtag in America on Saturday and Sunday. Like, it carried over to Sunday.
Yep.
It had over 26,400 tweets with that one hashtag.
Over Kanye,
yes,
and Kyrie.
Like, Kanye and Kyrie Irving were #2. And this was #1 in America. So you got to think, we was trending amongst a quote unquote controversial scandal, if you want to call it that. Because I really don't want to call it.
Remember too, Torian, college football.
Yeah.
And
yes.
And
the World Series.
Well, the
Wow.
World Series ended already. It ended that Friday night.
Friday night.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
but college football, and we talking about Georgia, Tennessee. That was like the game of the week.
Yeah.
And that didn't even trend
Mhm.
as high as Reparations did.
Yeah. So for that to actually happen is definitely saying a lot. And all you got to do, for those of you who did not go to the event, just go on the Twitter, put in hashtag rally for the number 4 reparations, and you'll see like a whole bunch of highlights. And shout out to Janesta for the super chat. She said, I noticed the beginning. What's the second step? Good question.
Grassroots candidates.
Mm-hmm.
And that's funny, and it's interesting that she brought that up because at the beginning of the rally, when Jay was speaking, they were listing like it was like a checklist of how it is when it comes to the reparations, because it's more than just, okay, we're going to come in to get our check. It's more to it than just that. That's the foundation, but there's more stuff to it than just getting the check or getting the checks, because it's plural. It's not just one. I said, you know what? Since our ancestors had to endure chattel antebellum slavery for 400 years, I think checks over the span of 400 years is what should be in return. And it should be no less than a certain amount. I think no less than 20 trillion over the next 400 years should suffice.
Well, in this country, there's something called treble damages. So legitimately, we are due treble damages because we were never repaid in the first place. So, and then they took it and gave it to somebody else. So we've been like doubly harmed. So we actually do treble reparations.
Right.
That's 3 times. So not just one, but yeah, hit me 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what's so crazy that you said it reminded me of that John Lewis quote, that good trouble. I kid you not. Afro, I don't know if you saw it, but it was somebody out there pushing some shirts that literally said good trouble on it, and it said John Lewis in the bottom. I said, ain't nobody buying that shirt.
It's some good trouble.
I said nobody's buying that shirt.
Yeah.
Dude, you spend more money making the shirts than you are going to get with people buying it. You're not going to even get your money's worth. You're not even going to cut it even. Well, I saw that. I had to look back. I'm like, is that John Lewis? What? Does he know what this is?
I said, exactly. That's what I was saying. Why was you out there trying to peddle off all around that shirt, thinking that that someone was going to buy it, knowing how many people in this crowd feels about that man? And I never understood that quote. Good. What is good trouble? Because it's like you're trying to mix something good with something bad. I don't get it.
Edmund Pettis Bridge.
I don't know. I have no clue. And you want to know what's so interesting?
Your grandpa would say that don't make sense. You're like, okay.
And you want to know what's so interesting too is that, and this was something that someone who watches our content pointed out to me at the end of the rally that I didn't pick up on. And Afro, well, y'all probably couldn't see it because it wouldn't been from that angle. But Afro, do you know what we was across the street from? I'm trying to see what angle. It was more so to our right. Like when I walked up and saw you and you were standing on that side, do you know what we was across the street from? How ironic, we had a reparations rally right across the street from this building. I'm gonna try to see if you can remember the landscape.
It was on the left side, right?
It was on, well, if you come up on a certain side, it was on the right side, but if you're standing the other way, it will be on your left.
Where was it? Was that the JFK building or something?
No.
No,
Okay.
No.
When we were standing there, we was next to a theater, but it was something next to the theater. When I tell you it's going to blow your mind, it blew my mind when the person pointed it out to me. Okay. How ironic that routine. But how ironic that we was having a reparations rally, and right across the street from, or on that particular side from where the rally was at, we were right across the street from a Wells Fargo bank.
Oh, wow.
And we all know that the Wells Fargo had a huge hand in slavery. And who do we need to go to? One of the institutions, might I add, to get our check.
Hey, how you ready? Oh yeah, like that. No, like this. But I ain't gonna write it out.
You know
I'm
what's
gonna get you in trouble.
Well, you know, there was a whole thing out there in LA against riding on Chase Bank.
Yep.
Go ahead, Afro.
But Revolt actually did an interview with me before the rally, before everybody. Revolt was interviewing people, and Revolt did an interview with me. And I know they did one with you too, Tori. So they did an interview with both
did
of
my
us.
interview after you.
And you did a great job. You killed it.
Thank you. So did you.
But they asked, thank you. They asked me if I feel like where should the reparations come from? I said the federal government. And then they asked if reparations should come from anywhere else. I said, yes, I feel like after the federal government pays us reparations, I feel like that sets the perfect precedent to go for all of these banks and hospitals and all of these other institutions that built their institution off of slavery and that still benefit off of the slave generational wealth that our ancestors had to suffer through. And Wells Fargo is on the list. It's definitely on the list. So I feel like after the federal government goes, I feel like we need to get our checks cut from everybody else.
Exactly. Yeah, because I remember it was an article by the Atlanta Black Star that I read a few years ago when they were talking about 10 institutions that had their hands in slavery, and it was so many banks on that list. As a matter of fact, I think banks made up a majority of the list, and Wells Fargo and JP Morgan Chase was two of those banks. I think JP Morgan Chase was near the top of the list.
It should be
because they were doing it in order of what institution benefited the most from slavery, and I think JP Morgan was like number one. So they were at the top of the list. And like I said, how ironic, we was across the street from a Wells Fargo, one of the other institutions that benefited off of slavery and slave labor. And how ironic we are, out there rallying behind, getting our reparations. And going back to Revolt, I actually did an interview with Revolt as well because they were out there. And I did mine after Afro did his. And they were asking, some questions. I can't remember exactly all the questions they were asking, probably some of the same questions that they were asking him. As a matter of fact, on the community tab, the picture that y'all see of me with the hoodie was taken by the reporter who interviewed me. Like she was so impressed, like I guess you can say enthralled by that hoodie, that literally after the interview was over, we just kind of went our separate ways, but she went and came back like 10 minutes later to find me just to get a picture of that hoodie. She said, I got to get a picture of that hoodie. Like that hoodie, is really nice. I got so many compliments on that hoodie. And the thing is, I had two hoodies I could have chose from, but I'm glad that I chose to wear that one instead of the other one that I have. I'm gonna still wear the other one eventually. Probably wait till it gets a little bit colder, a little bit cooler to wear it, because it's still warm now, and I'm not trying to be hot. I'm gonna be honest, I was baking a little bit under that sun, had that black hoodie on, and I had some jeans on and some black tennis shoes. So I mean, like, it was a little bit warm, but the atmosphere, and we around a lot of black people, we draw heat. So all of that, taking all of that in, it definitely factors in. But we also had some very suspicious looking people there too. I don't know if y'all saw Tariq was doing the stream when he was doing his recap, but they said it was a guy there that looked like Jeffrey Dahmer.
I got that. I got that.
And that picture said 1,000 words, because that one brother there with the FBA flag on had this look on him like, try it if you want to. He had that look on his face,
and
like
rooftop rats.
Right. They look so triggered. They like,
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yep, that's
Yeah,
the one right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
that guy, I kept seeing that guy. I don't know how many laps he made. Like, because it's like every time I look down and look up, he was facing a different way and all types of stuff. I said, it just look weird. I said, we just got our eye on you. Don't think that you're going to do too much. But one other thing that was suspicious to me was when it was a group of PC individuals that was on the other side. I don't know if they were doing a tour or whatever, but all I know is that we just kind of all just like collectively looked in that direction just to make sure that they just kept walking and didn't stop because it
going on,
looked real
guys?
suspicious.
What are you guys out here for? What is reparations?
I seen that picture.
Is that like money?
And we also had some of the tour buses come through when they was, like on the tour buses where they got the top knocked off and they're taking pictures and everything like that.
Yeah.
That's probably, I'm gonna be honest, that's probably the most black people they've ever seen congregated in one section in a very long time. If ever.
You said this wasn't the hood. But did you see old boy that white boy try to get them brothers hemmed up on some stop and frisk shit?
Oh,
yeah,
my goodness.
He tried. I mean, he failed, but he tried.
FBI was in the house that day. I see.
Undercover.
Or it could have been Capitol Police. Who knows?
Or both.
Or both.
Yeah, they probably, they already knew, what was going down that day. Like I said, it was in the atmosphere. It was in the air. They probably heard us all the way down at Capitol Hill, which is down the street. Because, right there on Freedom Plaza is right back that way.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah. But what I wanted to do but what I wanted to do was I wanted to actually share with y'all, stuff that I saw just by looking at the hashtag rally for reparations right here. And literally when you type it in, it's just like a whole thread full of stuff. And it's crazy because it was a lot of write-ups about the rally.
Yeah.
Tariq went over one of yesterday, which was NPR. They had a whole write-up on us, and it was like a lot of pictures and images and all types of good stuff like that about the rally. But this is another one right here. It says 24/7 magazine. It says Tariq Nasheed, the success of the FBA reparations rally recap. So, we got some pictures right here. For those of you who were not there, some videos.
Man.
And there's Dewan B right there. I actually had a chance to meet him. Definitely, like, his presence offline is just as magnetic and powerful as his presence online. And that's another thing that I loved is that, like Afro said at the beginning, a lot of the people that we met in person were the same exact way. Like, there was no egos. There was no one thinking that they were better. There was no arrogance or anything like that, which I did love. I really did enjoy that. But I'm gonna actually go to Tariq's page because he asked like a lot of the let me see.
Life insurance. All of those insurance companies, just like the banks.
Right. Let me see. So here's a video right here. Let me see if I can turn the volume up.
Irish people were enslaved. Italian people were lynched. Native Americans were mistreated, and they're not complaining. So why are you blacks complaining? Well, the thing is, these people are not complaining because they were compensated.
Okay, that's one clip right there. But it's one video that I wanted to play.
Yo, Torian, did I hear a whole bunch of brothers fall out what she was wearing?
Oh, yes. She had them cargo she had them cargo pants on.
So they was pulling that mic back at that concert back in the day.
Right. I said her and Jade they had the crowd going. I'll just put it like that.
Man,
I'm not going.
man, listen.
Go ahead.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play the audio because it might be copyrighted, and I know that's James Brown. I'm black and I'm proud, so I don't want to run the risk. But yeah, this is one of the videos right here that somebody recorded from the event that they just kind of edited and put together. And I think Tariq is actually putting together like a official video that he's going to edit and put up on his channel. Yeah, but like I said, the vibes out there was just amazing. Like, it was a really good time. There was no issues, and I think that's probably why you didn't have a lot of people do any write-ups about it, or it wasn't published or publicized. Oh, there's the mural right there. Let me pause it. That's the artist right there working on the mural, the Dr. Francis Cress Welsing mural that I was talking about earlier. That's the artist right there working on it. But back to what I was saying, I think it's also because a lot of people, or because it wasn't anything popping off or no drama, because you know they always say when black people get together, something's going to happen. It went off smoothly. There was no issues. And anybody who thought they was going to pop off, they could think again. And that's, you know, that's Jay right there. And this young sister right here, she's a descendant of a person or people who lost their lives from Tulsa, from Black Wall Street. So I thought that was dope to have her get up there and speak. And there's Marcel right there doing this thing. This and it. And you were just asking. You was just asking.
There she is.
Yep.
Like she say, double cheeked up. Lord. Somebody in the chat said while we were watching the stream, it was like, she's thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Don't watch her die.
But I'm gonna go ahead a little bit because I wanted to find that clip. Oh, speaking of this video right here that Tariq posted. I guess he went to Hip Hop Chicken. I think he went to Hip Hop Chicken, and he got a bunch of fries and some mumbo sauce. And they said, "This is so Tariq. This is why you didn't show up to the after party, because you wanted to go back to your hotel room."
And be alone
and have some alone time with that mumbo sauce. That's why he didn't want to come.
I ain't gonna lie, the fries look good. I ain't gonna lie to you.
They do look good. And like I said, he got that, and you know what? He probably used that whole bottle. He probably used that whole bottle of mumbo sauce too. And there's Black Alpha right there. Unfortunately, he said he had to fall off because he was having some audio issues. But that's Black Alpha and Tariq right there. This little boy right here says anti-black hate crime bill. It was there's the spies.
What was you
ready to say?
I was saying it was good to see a lot of young kids out there.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It was very dope to see a lot of the youth out there for sure. And one of the things I said when it came to this picture right here, I said, hold on, what kind of zoom does this person have? Because this thing is clear. Like, it's crispy clear. But yeah, these were two individuals right here that was out on their balcony looking down at the festivities. I don't know yet. Like I said, they were just down there spying, I guess.
While you had foot agents over there trying to get people caught up.
Now this is at the after party.
Did you go, Torian?
I didn't go. I was too tired. I was tired. I was.
I heard it was.
No, you had a bottle of mumbo sauce in the house. Stop it.
I actually don't even have any mumbo sauce in the house right now. Actually,
I got mumbo.
But it's one video I'm trying to. And that's the mural that was completed. The Dr. Francis Cress, the completed mural right there. But I'm trying to find that video. Okay. Okay. This is the video right here where Tariq says double cheeked up. But let me see. It's one video. Oh, here it is. Rally for Reparations trending #1. When we were saying it was trending #1, there it is right there. It's trending above Diddy, the Powerball, and it's trending twice. Reparations now, so it's trending twice. So the word definitely was out there. It was definitely out there for the world to see. But I'm really trying to find this video. Okay. Oh, this is what I want y'all to see. This video right here probably stole the whole event for me. Was this little girl right here? I don't know if y'all saw it, but this little girl is definitely part of the future for real. Now, this is something you would have only seen if you was there. And I was actually right there when this girl interviewed Tariq. I'm gonna play. I don't know if this is the whole thing, but it's like 30 seconds.
I'm at the Rally for Reparations. Backstage with this little princess here. This is an amazing little girl. What's your name, dear?
My name is Star, and I'm a young entrepreneur, and I sell sanitizers. They're all natural and organic. They have lemons and tea tree oil in them. I make them myself, and I especially made them for my community, right? Foundational Black Americans. And I just want to thank Mr. Tariq Dashi for giving me this opportunity. Have a great day, everyone.
Now, how old are you, dear?
I'm 8.
This little girl is 8 years old. Our little FBA princess, man. Look at that beautiful baby. We appreciate you, beloved.
Yes, thank you.
I'm at the Rally.
Dope.
That's tight.
I was right there. I was right there when that happened. I was right there when that happened. Because she like did a little interview with him and everything. Questions like articulate was You talking about this video, this picture?
Beep, 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 beep.
Y'all
Beep,
crazy.
beep, beep.
I'm trying to talk about the little girl, and y'all want to talk about him.
You don't want to scroll by him.
I'm scrolling back up.
I'm
But
say,
anyway,
about the little girl. I had a video. She also did a small James Small. So I put that on my YouTube. Short. That was on that little girl. That little girl, such bright, intelligent, like beautiful young sister out there. And that was really like the icing on the cake.
yeah, most definitely. When I think of what Whitney Houston said in the song "Greatest Love of All," she says, "I believe the children are the future. Let them lead the way." I thought of that little girl is definitely the future. And shout out to her parents. Shout out to her parents for raising her right.
Yo, Tori, they say we're echoing.
Hold on. Wait, everybody mute themselves right quick. All right, to the chat, is there an echo now? Put a 1 in the chat if it's an echo now.
They're saying it's us.
Yeah, you're not echoing.
All right, maybe
you're not echoing, but we are.
Okay, does someone have YouTube open on their end, or they have something unmuted on their end?
No, it's when you switch to start looking at this stuff.
Okay. Let's see something. Okay, because the chat saying that all right, someone said that someone said that your echo was kind of bad.
It was fine before.
All right, they saying that you're echoing, but nobody else is.
Let me see. Oh, yeah, I'm hearing the echo.
All right, is it coming from my side or
Probably is.
I was looking, and it looked like where it started when you. Get the screen share. Get the screen share.
Damn. Okay, let me stop right quick and see if I can go back in.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
see, it's better now.
Okay. I think when you're doing the screen share, you just got to make sure you do it without the audio. But then, of course, you couldn't play the sound in the video.
Yeah, I mean, I can do it without the audio. It doesn't really matter to me. But I really wanted y'all to hear that. So I can go back in and not have the audio be shared. Because that's really what I wanted y'all to hear was that little girl.
I think maybe it's because you're sharing the screen.
Look. All right.
Check. Okay.
I don't hear it now.
Yeah, we good.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't have the sound on.
Okay.
But yeah, this is yet another article right here. It says JordanThriller.com. This says large crowd turnout at Tariq Riley's rally for reparations makes hashtag rally for reparations trend nationwide, which it did. It most definitely did. And y'all wanted to talk about this. That's most likely how his face was looking after the fact.
Torian, look at that picture I sent you. Put that one up.
What picture? In the private chat?
You the private chat. Yeah.
Oh. Hold on.
I got questions.
I was about to be like, don't open your DMs now, Tori. Don't do that on YouTube.
Right.
We're going to see a whole bunch of ladies trying to shoot their shot at Torian. Listen, when I tell you this man was looking buff as hell, this man was looking swole as hell at the rally. This man came out looking like a Super Saiyan. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Torian's going to be playing in the gym.
Hey, I mean, hey, it is what it is.
You're going to have women like,
when he saw that thing trend.
Oh man, you already know. I'm sure y'all.
You know, there was some sister that was like, "I'm trying to be Mrs. Reloaded."
Wow.
You already know.
Go out there and get me a husband. You know, some of them men are single.
There's gonna be so many men's at that rally. So many men's.
Ain't all of them married. They ain't all married.
Exactly. That's how Roland looked. That's how Roland looked when he saw it was trending.
Man,
right. This is this is a scary looking picture of him. It almost looks like a mask.
Ooh-wee. Look at that.
It do kind of.
He was talking to Jamel Hill when I took this screenshot.
Wow. It looks like it looked like he looked like Uncle Ruckus.
Man.
He do. Why is the room purple?
What's up with that?
Your guess is as good as mine. I have no clue.
He looked like he about to have a get out moment.
Yeah,
that's like him trying to say
the clink, like the clinking of the teacup.
Man, well, you know, I can't
he is
help
in
but
the
notice
sunken
he's been
place.
trying to use those lights like a certain passed on YouTuber used to use with the changing color lights. That this vibe just reminds me of KS. You think Rolo trying to do that?
Nah, he ain't that smooth.
Oh, we definitely know that.
He ain't that smooth.
He's rusty.
But see, that's
they want to. Somebody want to talk about Taharka Bay.
Oh boy. Oh.
Let me
I just
stop sharing the screen. In that case,
we just watched Blackenstein 2 nights ago. It's like
my man. Is that not a classic? Is that not a classic? Oh, by the way, Afro, did you get the video I sent you?
What on what? What'd you send it to me?
On Truck Turner, I sent it to your drive.
Oh.
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
All right, good. Yeah, watch that. Bad.
That's my movie.
Shout out to Nichelle Nichols for getting them in line in Truck Turner.
Yes. Hey, Beatzilla, you remember Let's Do It Again?
You know what? Yeah, I haven't seen that in so long.
Yeah, when he fixed up the lodge, that's how Taharka Bay was looking. He looking like Sidney Poitier. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And the thing is, like I said, hold on, let me just say this. I was not familiar. I'm gonna be honest. I was not familiar with who this guy was because, like I said, I'm guessing he's one of the people that just pops up in the spaces. Is he like a person that pops up in the spaces?
Nah, no. He's on YouTube. I know. I found out about him through Sincere Love.
Oh well, yeah. He goes back with the Y'all remember when people used to be debating real heavy, and they would have these debates like Sonetta would have them ticketed debates. He's from that era. So from when Polite was coming up and he's from that era. What's that, brother? Sankofa and all of them.
Yeah, I wasn't. Like I said, I wasn't too familiar with him. All I saw is I did see a person out there wearing a fez, and then when someone had mentioned his name, and I put it together, and I'm thinking they tend to have that name. I said, "Oh, that's who they keep bringing up," because I wasn't too familiar with who he was, and all I saw was this guy just walking around with a phone in his hand, like literally like he was about to stumble over his own feet. Like I don't know what he was
going in on them bars.
I was like, okay, whatever. back to why I'm here, and that's not to watch you do whatever it is that you're doing.
You know what I saw when I seen that dude? I was like, okay, now put 2 and 2 together. You got him over here doing all this arm flailing with this oversized suit jacket, and then you got these people up in the wings watching. And now I don't know if y'all caught y'all saw you showed the 2 pictures, but there's another picture of a dude who got his face covered with a rifle. I don't know if you guys saw that picture because they had a sniper up there too. So I couldn't help but notice you got this dude over here flailing his arms around, making sure everybody looking at him.
I think I might have seen that picture because when you describe it, it sounds familiar. But it wasn't a picture that I saw float around too much.
No.
Yeah.
No. Somebody probably sent that to you.
Yeah.
Because from the most, like, what I've seen was sent. But that was, I'm like, yo, that ain't cool. Oh, no, Tariq posted it. Tariq did post it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the thing is, the way I kind of found, like, like I said, his name kept floating around like that. And people it's like, and I realized something. Every time people talk about the rally or who was there at the rally to talk about it, it's always someone in the chat that always asks, did you hear that he was there? Did you see him? And it's like, it was kind of hard not to see him because he had that fez on. And he was the only one out there that had one on.
You're right.
Mel said the fez don't even fit his head.
It did. It looked like it was about to fall off. I ain't gonna lie to
you. Man. But yeah, that guy, I'm going to say that guy was out there.
I tagged you in something on Twitter. That's how he was looking.
Uh-oh. Now, Afro, you were actually backstage when dude was over there on the sidewalk flailing his arms around trying to be seen, wasn't you?
Say that one more time. You said what?
I said you were actually backstage when that dude with the fez was flailing his arms trying to be seen, right?
Yeah, I was. I did see him though, but the thing is, I don't follow him, so I don't really know what. I mean, I know what he looks like because I've seen a couple pictures, but it was from a distance, so I couldn't really recognize him. I knew somebody had a fez on, and I thought to myself, "Is that Taharka? Is that really Taharka?" But I was so far away, and I just don't see his actual face that much to say that, to recognize that. But then people was all like, "Oh yeah, that was Taharka Bay." I was like, "Damn, that's crazy." But I was in the VIP section when he was back there, when he was I guess trying to make a scene because he had a few guys with him or something like that, and he was recording his, I think he was live streaming or something during the rally, kind of the same way they did with Connie Collins in LA. They wanted to live stream a counter rally or a counter protest, and that's what Taharka was trying to do.
Yeah. And that was and as we can see, that was an epic fail. He only had a couple of people with him. And then I think after he made his round, and I do mean a round because he started on one end and made a lap and came out around on the other side. He was saying a whole bunch of nothing. I don't know what he was saying. I don't know if it's because his voice got drowned out by everybody else or because it was gibberish to the point where he might need to come with closed captioning. He just said what he was saying. And And then after he said what he said, he had walked off because I was standing like near the side and I was talking to somebody else, and I just saw him come down there. And with some of the, I guess the other 2 or 3, maybe 4 people that he was with, and then before you know, he was gone. So like he was, I think he was actually gone right before the rally ended. And I will say this, for the rally to have started maybe about an hour late, it ended on time because it was supposed to start like at 11, but I'm kind of glad that it didn't start right at 11 because there was still more people coming in. It ended like right at 3 because that was the end time for it. So it ended like right on time. And
once to go look for mumbo sauce.
Oh yeah, Tariq took flight. Once he took some pictures, and he had the security around him for about 10-15 minutes, and then he flew right into that motorcade. And the next time we see him, he posting up a picture or a video of them fries with the mumbo sauce.
Getting that sauce.
Hilarious.
Huh?
Do you think he recorded himself getting that sauce, like going into the different stores with the security talking about, I got mumbo sauce?
I don't think he recorded any video of him going to actually get the sauce, but he definitely made sure to record video of him with the sauce, getting ready to, consume it. Man. But yeah, like I said, the mumbo sauce, it is a staple. It has a chokehold on people. It has Afro wanting to uproot his Chicago life to move to DC. I mean, think about that. For a second.
Afro, I know you don't want to go to Swirl City. Come on, Afro. You know you don't want no parts of Swirl City. You could go to Maryland and have it. You could go to Maryland, brother. You could be 10 minutes outside of Maryland and pay less. You can pay less
Maryland.
rent.
I love the people in Maryland too. Maryland got some great, solid people. It was great. It was everywhere. Maryland is a lot more affordable. Torian, listen, man. Listen, Virginia. You want to talk about expensive? DC is expensive as hell. Oh my God! I mean, Lord. This man wasn't playing, and you damn sure wasn't playing about the cameras, the street cameras.
Told you.
I felt like.
I told you. Yeah, them cameras in DC, more so DC anything, they do not play. And like I said, they do have a lot of trap cameras. Oh, Afro, I hope you didn't get lost because like I said, DC has a lot of one-way streets. GPS be damned if you get turned around because that GPS gonna have you all bent like a paper clip if you make one wrong turn.
Yo, Torian, I hate DC because y'all street parking signs are the worst, blood.
Y'all, I don't live in DC.
I'm just you the representative of that.
The only time I go to DC is when I gotta go to work.
I hear you, but you're the representative of the DMV area on this live, bro. Y'all street parking is weird as hell.
It's funny you brought that up because Afro brought that up about the parking. He had called me the night before and was asking about parking. I said, good luck.
Good luck.
I said, good luck.
Because if you can't find street parking, then you try to go in one of them neighborhoods, they be like, you ain't got no permit.
Or try to go into one of the garages.
Don't you dare try to go in one of those neighborhoods.
Oh yeah.
Don't you
ain't got no permit. Sunday you can park there, but it's Monday through Saturday you can't park there.
Wow. Yeah. Sunday is free parking, and good luck if you're trying to get free parking because they gonna snatch all those up. Trying to find a meter, and you better be parked by the meter. Like, don't try to be slick. You either gonna get a ticket or towed. That's the only two options you're gonna get. Hopefully you get the ticket because you don't want to get towed.
I ain't gonna lie, Torian. I ain't gonna lie too. What I went the time I went to go to the African American Museum, I come outside. Tell me why there was a cop with a tape measure and seeing how far this guy was from the hydrant so you can give him a ticket.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They like that.
They
petty
DC,
like that.
Boy.
They petty like that. They
are petty.
They if they got a quota to meet with them parking tickets, they gonna get it somehow, some way. And like I said, and I was telling Afro, because DC is not a state, they operate differently than the 50 states that make up the US. They kind of have their own rules, and they can do that because they're the nation's capital, which is probably why they're trying to fight back against them trying to make DC a state, because they enjoy having that kind of power and control. And then of course, this is where the president resides. So it's one of the most political, if not the most political place in the nation, possibly part of the world. So yeah, parking in DC is crazy. People was telling me how the streets are so narrow. I said, yeah, the streets are narrow, and then you have parking on the side because a lot of people don't have driveways or garages in DC. So that makes the streets even more narrow. So it's like it's like literally if you ride a bike or a scooter, you'll be good if you're not on the sidewalk. But trying to drive down that, like, you're gonna have to like literally be careful, like driving down them narrow streets.
Wow.
Yeah, listen, those streets are very narrow, and then all of the cars have to be parked facing the same direction. So there's been a lot of streets that the GPS would send me down, and I'm looking because it's a very narrow street, and then all the cars are facing the opposite way. I'm all like, is this a one-way? Like, that kind of threw me off a little bit. I'm sitting up there looking around like, I hope to God I'm not driving the wrong way down a one-way. So that caught me up a couple times. It really did. You're right about the streets being narrow.
Yeah, the streets are like I said, the streets are very narrow, and they got a lot of roundabouts in DC. Yeah. They have a lot of those.
Man.
Like
that's why I told people. That's why I told people. That's why I told people. Too bad that, you know, promoting people to get on the metro wasn't like pushed more. But then, even then, if some people come from a place where they're not used to a metro line, it would throw them off. Even if people are used to a metro, it's different. But I said DC, like Maryland, Virginia has, you know, it's a color coded system. For me to get down there, all I had to do was get on the green line, get off at a transfer spot, and then get on the blue line. And it was literally 2 stops away. And for me to walk from the metro stop that I got off of was literally like a 3-minute walk.
Wow.
I was that close. I think I had it the best out of everyone. I think I was the only one that went to that rally who took the metro. Everyone else drove or took an Uber or a Lyft.
Wow. So you didn't see nobody on the train with you?
No, when I got on the train on Saturday morning, because I got on at probably like 9:00 a.m., like 9 a.m. The train was really empty. I was the only person who got off that train who was going to the rally that day. And it wasn't that many people in the train station because it's Saturday, so people are off. So I say, you know, it's a good thing they have a rally like this on a Saturday, because good luck trying to do something like this on a weekday. It's not happening. It's gonna be very crowded. So it happened at the right space at the right time. And in Freedom Plaza, where the rally was at, that's a place that has a lot of people who are skating or skateboarding. That's a haven for skateboarders right there, because it's a flat surface and it's really wide and it's in a square. So we had a couple like skaters come through a little bit when they had the space, but once we filled that space up, they had to go around.
Okay. I was wondering about that because I seen that there was some skaters trying to kind of get out there and get in the mix. I was wondering how that ended up.
Yeah, but there wasn't no issue. Like, once they realized that they wasn't skating at that time, they was like, okay, we'll just come back. Do that.
Yeah, I got it.
White folk, like, we can never have this happen again. There's too many Negroes out there.
I said they probably felt. I know they felt
really
outnumbered. Yeah, it's funny. I said I know they felt outnumbered on Saturday, and I know they did, you know. But like I said, Saturday was just all the way around just dope. The atmosphere was nice. Everything just went off without a hitch. There was like I said, there was no issues. Of course, you know, we probably saw some things that look real sus, but it wasn't nothing that popped off. And I don't think if anything was real sus, no one was going to be bold enough to do something. And, you know, thankfully, that didn't happen. And I'm glad that I was able to meet as many people as I possibly could, or many people came up to me and was like, Torin, I watch your videos, I watch your content, you do great stuff. Like, literally, I can't count on my hands how many people I took a picture with that day. And by the way, while we mentioning people, Kid Gravity and Beatzilla, y'all names came up. People was asking about y'all.
It did a couple times. Yeah,
your names came up. Like, people was asking about y'all.
Like, yeah, definitely the one with the 16th. I was ready. I had the car ready. I had the Airbnb booked, but then when all that stuff went down, I had to cancel it. I'm glad they called me, or I already got charged for it. So
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
if it was
y'all-
next weekend with my birthday, I definitely would have been there. I probably
Yeah.
would have been there from Wednesday.
But yeah, people was definitely asking about y'all. Like your names came up. I forgot someone had asked me. They said they was asking, is Beatzilla gonna be here? I was like, nah, unfortunately, he's not gonna be able to attend.
man.
Yeah,
I
so
wish.
yeah, y'all like I said, y'all names came up, but that just shows you right there that people are definitely watching you. And y'all would have like how people was coming up, like how people was coming up to me and Afro and Black Alpha, they would have been coming up to y'all as well. Shout out to also shout out to Nicole's View. She wasn't there unfortunately because she was in California the week before, doing the whole Thriller 40th anniversary thing. And people was asking about her. Like people are asking and talking about y'all. People are watching you.
Wow.
And so that's definitely a wonderful thing, a wonderful feeling knowing that you have people that are watching and then you can actually meet them in person and put faces to names.
Right. Matter of fact, I was gonna ask y'all, go ahead, Afro.
Yeah, let me just give a shout out to the room. It was like so humbling, and it was a dream come true to meet everybody. It really was. It's so many people asked for a picture. I wanted to take a picture with everybody. I literally wanted to take a picture with everybody at the rally, every single individual, but that would have just took hours. Another person asked him, I'm driving home. I'm almost so yeah, I'm almost back home, but I am driving. I drove there and I drove back.
I forgot look at the city skyline and like I'm going back.
I just wanted to touch on that because I see the chat room right now. It was great. It was fantastic.
I ain't gonna lie, DC is a nice city. DC is a nice city. It's clean. I don't know how it's clean.
Well, it depends on what part. Depends on
New York.
Depends on what part of DC you're talking about.
No, I was like around like the capital area. And
of course, that's gonna be. Of course, that's gonna be clean.
That was clean.
Of course, that's gonna be clean.
I went to the hood.
Mm-hmm.
The hood was still cleaner than New York. I like your city, but your city way too expensive, bro. Way too expensive.
Well, look at where it's at.
I forgot what road that is.
This is why Chicago is so great because it gets the mix of everything. You know what I'm saying? We're not that clean. We're not that dirty. We're not that expensive. We're not that cheap. You know what I'm saying? And we have the best pizza. So I mean, I'm just saying.
Now Afro about to go down to the Lawyer Life of the office tomorrow. And ask why y'all not importing mambo sauce up here. He about to get a storefront.
Man,
right.
Hey, I wanted to ask y'all, Torian and Afro, since y'all was there, what was like in the people who wanted to meet you, what was like, I guess, the one memorable thing about that whole vibe of even people wanting to, like, hey, that's Torian Rain. Can I get a picture? Like, what was that like, brothers?
It actually hit me pretty fast because when I got off the train to walk up to where the event was at, because they were still setting the stage up, it was somebody sitting there and it was like they just kind of looked over me and kind of did one of those double glances to make sure that they saw that nothing was wrong with their eyes and their eyes wasn't deceiving them. It was like, that's Torian Rain. And I was like, oh my God, here it goes. I said, this is how it starts. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't want to give away my position and just like smirking or anything like that. I just kind of like held it together and was like, hey, what's going on? How are you doing? Like, and everything like that. And he was like, I watch your content all the time. And this is how I knew that they watched my content, because they started having a conversation with me, and not even a minute into the conversation, they said PC. That was surreal to have somebody actually say my catchphrase to me in person, because I'm always used to saying to everybody else, or have people write it in the comment section or in the chat, but to have someone actually say PC to me, and then somebody came out right and said the whole thing and said palm colored. So it was interesting for that to actually happen. Like, that was like, wow. Like, that's how I knew that people really, mess with my content like that. Like, that was a humbling, like it almost made my heart skip a beat when someone said, like, whoa, That was crazy.
That's
Yeah.
major.
You know, it's funny.
Yeah,
I heard
for me-
somebody on what was it? I heard somebody on some internet show say PC people.
Torian literally made that a thing. People don't
He
understand.
did.
PC is everywhere. PC.
Wow.
People don't just say that on YouTube. I literally saw people saying that on TikTok,
Appreciate
or like
the
on a
super chat,
TikTok video.
Rob.
Yeah, PC.
People say PC. Torian like literally made that a whole thing to say.
You better
Yeah, like,
copyright that,
and like I
brother.
said, people and like I said, people still ask me to this day sometimes in the chat. Maybe they're new to the channel. They said, I want to know what does PC mean, because you're not using it like politically correct, not the way that you're saying it. So what does it mean? I used to be a one that tried to safeguard it and not say what it was, but it's out there now. So I just go ahead and just tell them what it is. Like, oh, okay,
You gotta copyright that, brother. I'm telling you, you gotta copyright that.
On the shirt.
I mean, trademark it. Trademark it.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
But
right.
Beatzilla,
That's
to
crazy.
answer your question, the people who saw me, it was very motivational, to be honest, and it was very inspiring, because that lets me know that people really rock with me, like, for real. People are looking at me like, hey, Afro, man, I know you go through a lot, but don't stop. Keep it going. Like you next up. People were literally saying that to me. So that it's inspiring, because I know people don't just tune in because they're bored. People don't just tune in because they got nothing else to watch. You know, like, oh, well, you know, Afro Elite's on live. Might as well. It's Monday. Ain't nothing else on. But people tune in because they really are engaged. And I really do feel like, even though that was our first time meeting people really do a connection. People really have brought a connection to me, and I have the connection to them too. It was a beautiful thing. I can't tell you how many hands I shook, how many hugs I gave, pictures I took. It was and I didn't even want to leave. Everybody's sitting up there leaving the rally. I wanted to stay, but then I'm all like, yeah, I'm kind of tired and sweaty. Let me get back and take a shower. And, you know.
Yeah, I was the same.
I
the same
almost
way.
didn't want to leave.
I was the same way. I didn't want to leave you. Like when the rally was over and like the people started to leave, I kind of stood around a little bit longer, especially since, you know, I didn't live far. So it's not like I was in a rush to leave. But I think, you know, people was ready to leave because people were hungry. You know, some were tired. It was a long day. Some people, like, you know, people was going to the after party, so they wanted to go back to their rooms, freshen up, and get ready.
Now, did you hear anybody talk about the go-go music?
Huh?
Did anybody talk about the go-go music?
I didn't really hear anybody talk about it, but I know I could tell by the videos that I saw that the vibes was there, and that's another cultural thing that people got exposed to as well. Because, you know, go-go, that's strictly a DC thing. Yes, so that was definitely an experience for them. I didn't go to the after party because, like I said, I was too tired. I was so tired. So I just went home. I just went back home and like just rested. But I let them have, you know, like let them have their fun. You know, dope of Tariq to have the after party, and it was free admission, so anyone could go in. They didn't charge you to get in. And I was looking at the videos, the vibes were, you know, definitely there. But I'll ask Afro, because I think Afro went. How was the after party?
The after party was lit. The after party was lit. I was tired, but I definitely wanted to go. Everybody came there. They was looking nice. The go-go music, I really liked the go-go music. The band was really good. I was like, I'm gonna have to start listening to go-go music now. I mean, it was
He
the
gonna be
vibe
riding
was
through
really
Chicago
nice.
Go-go music.
They were like, what is this?
When y'all come to Chicago, I'm gonna introduce y'all to some good house music, and then we gonna all know it. We're gonna all share our own traditional music. You know what I'm saying? But it was lit. Everybody had a good time. I didn't get back to my Airbnb till like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Hey Afro, I put something in the back channel for you.
Wow. I was talking to people that were at the party, and I'm like noticing. I'm like, wait a minute, what time is it? Because it's like 10:30 here. It's like y'all are out late.
Oh
y'all
yeah,
was kicking
on the weekends. Yeah, on the weekends, the venues stay open late.
Oh.
Yeah, they say they go all the way almost to the crack of dawn sometimes, depending on what venue that it is on the weekends, especially on Saturdays. Saturdays when they known to, when DC almost acts like New York a little bit, where it's like a constant flow because that's when they're making their money. You know, people off work, it's like literally beginning of the weekend or the middle of the weekend, so they're definitely going to make their bones during that particular time. But I'm glad everybody had a good time though, because I was looking at the pictures, I was looking at the videos, and it looked like the vibes was just there. Everybody was having a good time, everybody was chilling. The music sounded great as usual. Like I said, when you hear that go-go music, you know exactly where you are at or where you're coming from or whatever the case may be. Because I remember when I was in college and they played go-go music there, and I was actually shocked that they did, but I thought that was dope considering that it wasn't a huge amount of people there from this area at the college I went to, so it was like we were in the minority, so it felt good that they played music that sounded familiar to us. And I'm glad that the
question
people
to you.
What was that?
She said, what's the assessment on reparations after the rally? Do you feel like action will be taken? Hey, whoever controls the House and Senate after tomorrow, January 1st, we on their ass. No more playing.
Yeah, I mean, I see it as one of the things I kept taking from what people got, because I was in that space that was like right after, like kind of the recap space. And one of the things that people kept talking about was how they were inspired to move forward. And then, of course, we've been discussing on our various platforms being strategic with our votes and whatnot, and political. And of course, Marcel is consistently pushing and Kid Gravity, grooming and growing our own grassroots candidates. And I think now with like even Tesla's push the line, we have some tools to move forward. So I think a lot came out of that we're definitely not going to be stagnant. That's for certain. You know what I mean?
What we should do, though, now I just thought of this. Whoever wins tomorrow, we get all their lists because they're gonna have the same address basically. We photocopy the black agenda and we send it to them postmarked January 1st. So their first piece of mail is gonna be, okay, you got in, congratulations. We represent the black community, the descendants of American chattel slavery. This is what we want, and you got 2 years to get something in the House and Senate voted on, or we're going to have black grassroots candidates come see y'all in 24.
Right.
And we're not gonna name no names because we don't want them to start trying to dig up on them. We'll just monitor them, and then if we don't like what it is, come spring 2024, you're gonna start seeing all these names just drop out, and they'll be like, "Oh my, who the hell is this?" And they're gonna be talking reparations, anti-hate legislation, and everything that you guys aren't doing. And you're going to you're gonna have some challenges November, whatever, 2024.
Before you go any further, to answer Mel's question, if he was out there, no, I did not see him, and I was not trying to seek him out. I'll just leave it. I'm gonna just say it right there. Because a lot of people, that's a question.
Go ahead.
That's because that's a question that a lot of people was asking. A lot of people, not just me or Afro, but a lot of other people that were there asking, was the Black Authority there? And I'm gonna just leave it as we don't know.
Yeah, I only know
because we weren't looking. Well, I wasn't looking for an Afro. Were you looking for him?
No, I was trying to make sure I was doing my job. I was in the back, helping to reach out and everything. So
you barely. He, like I said, he was busy closing his rings, and I asked Afro that at the end of the rally. I said, "Did you close your rings today?"
Y'all never seen Jason Black?
No.
I couldn't even tell you what that man looked like. I don't care.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
I really don't care what that man looked like.
I'm gonna say one thing, man. If Jason Black was there, this man is a literal ninja. Nobody took a picture of this. This man is in there among the crowd of thousands of people, and nobody was able to spot him. If that is not some A1 ninjutsu, Naruto, I don't know what is. I mean,
Afro,
shout
you
out
know what
to
it was?
Black.
Nick, I know black folk probably after that rally went to go look for a big ass Suburban somewhere. And just post up waiting to see who go get that Suburban.
Right. Exactly.
Now you know that says a lot though. That says because if he was PC, he would have stuck out.
Exactly. Oh yeah, they if PC was there, like they stuck out like a sore thumb. You know, for those who like was kind of like scattered around or maybe just walking by or floating on by, because at that moment right there, that is when we were the majority. In that moment right there, that's when we were the majority. And I'm gonna tell you this, how it looked at this rally on Saturday is how DC looked 20 and 30 years ago.
Wow.
As a collective.
What about the one? Did you see the one in 2015?
What?
The Million Man March?
Million Man.
Oh, the Justice or Else one? I went to that.
That was the one that they did for the 20th anniversary, whatever it was.
Yeah, in 2015. Yeah, I went to that. And that was at the Capitol. Okay. That was a huge turnout too. That was a huge turnout. Yeah. I went to that. I was 26. I think 26 when they had that one.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
Ricky said TBA. I did see TBA post a picture.
Yeah,
he said it's not about me. He says not about me.
He said don't focus on me. He said don't worry about me, worry about the message.
I didn't look. I could have looked for him, but out of respect, I didn't, because if TBA if he wanted to be seen, he would have been seen. He didn't want to be seen, so I needed to focus on what I should have been doing.
Imagine if he went and never put up that picture, and he just did his show. He's like, "Yeah, it was a great event," and everybody's like, "You were there?"
I think for the most part, a lot of people know that he would have been there, but like I said, he's not going to put himself out there to be seen. I said the only way that TBA could give himself away is if he just uttered one word, because everyone knows his voice, and that's the only way. And that's
nobody knew that was him.
And exactly, so it's just best that if he's there, because no one knows what he looks like, he just doesn't say anything, so he blends in with the crowd. So yeah, and I'm fine, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. It kind of it's like with him and in Professor Black Truth, it kind of gives me Charlie from Charlie's Angels vibes. You only know his voice, you don't know what he looks like.
Well,
it kind of adds to the mystique of it all, like the mystery of it all.
You know what comes to mind is more like kind of like the Kaiser Sose. You know, the Kaiser Sose thing. Because think about it. Think about this. He's gonna have, like, if say he is there or was there, all of these different videos that are turning up. How many people actually caught the brother on camera and don't even
didn't know
it?
Don't even know it.
Exactly.
Hiding in plain sight. That's
exactly.
Hey, man,
good. That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
I don't want to see you Tubman either. You're right, some chick. I don't even want to see
I was getting ready to quote that, like some chick named Star says, I want him to keep his anonymity in D Tubman as well, because D Tubman was definitely there too, but I didn't see her, and I didn't even seek her out. She didn't even come up to me and say, I watch your content, anything like that. So it's like basically, keeping themselves like a low profile of who they are. And I always say D Tubman is like the official B1 moderator. Like any B1 content creator that whoever chat she pops up in, that's like an automatic wrench, because she gonna make sure your chat stay on point.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like she's the standard of mods, and then everybody else. And we have other great mods. Don't get me wrong, but I mean D Tubman is like, nobody is better than D Tubman. That's just what it is.
Right. Like if D Tubman was to pop up in this chat right now and she didn't have a wrench, I would wonder why she didn't have one. Like that would be my first thing. Like, how in the world did this not happen? Or maybe this could have been the first time she popped up in the chat. But I would make sure that before the stream was over, she's definitely going to have a wrench. And someone else had asked a question. They said, SB said, did you meet Tariq in person? I was close, but like I said, he was constantly on the run, but I was in close proximity with him. Like when when that little girl was interviewing him, that was the closest I got to him. I was like right there because they had like a gate right there where people could not go past that gate unless they had a pass. And he was like right there. And like Tariq was like a celebrity. Like think of like almost like it was almost like he had that Michael Jackson energy. When he was out there, like when he came on that stage and before he even said a word, the crowd went crazy. Like the volume went up there. It was up there. Like if they had like a meter, it would have burst right through the top of that meter when he came on that stage. And he went back and forth on the stage a couple of times. It's not like he got on there one time and spoke and that was it. He got up and spoke maybe about 3 times. So
nice.
But yeah, definitely he definitely knows how to command a crowd and get the crowd's attention for sure. And definitely what I liked is that he made himself accessible, because every time that he came off of that stage after he spoke, he came down the sides, of course, with his security, and shook hands and took pictures and videos and signed books with the people on the side every time he came off that stage. And even when he got off the stage and the rally was over and he knew he had to get to that motorcade, he still was taking pictures and talking to the people, signing autographs, doing videos. But as soon as that gate came open and that door flew open, he was out of there. Like the security, like literally was around him,
right?
Literally like a dome. And literally, like he got in that car, had his window down, and drove off. And you had the people literally yelling down the street, "We love you, Tariq! We love you, Tariq!" Like literally, that's how it was. So I can imagine, like with him experiencing that is definitely a great feeling to have, to know that all of your hard work is paying off, that your message is clear, even despite all of the naysayers and all of the detractors and all the haters, which comes with the territory. Us doing the content we doing here, we get these trolls and whatnot. This guy gets hit with a lot. He goes through a lot, and especially with a guy who has, who's married and has a vastly growing family, and have to deal with all of this stuff every single day, because we don't know what he has to go through every single week. We only see what he puts out there and what he gives us on these streams or in these spaces. When them spaces are done, or when the stream is over, he's going back to doing whatever it is that he's doing, whether it's making a movie, a documentary, or being, a husband and a father to his kids, being a family man. And to have to do all of that and to constantly travel all over the place, I have to definitely give a shout out to his wife, because I know that that's she has to be a strong woman herself to actually have to like be a mother while her husband is going out there doing what he's supposed to do as a husband and as a man, and being a provider. Because at the end of the day, he's doing it for them. He's providing a life for them. This is not a solo act or a solo project. So he's doing it all for them, while at the same time she's doing her wifely duties, which is taking care of the home and the kids. So like someone said in the chat, it's a balance there. And that's really what it's all about at the end of the day. So I definitely commend him for doing all of that. I remember watching Tariq back on his Ustream days. That's how long I've been. Y'all remember the Ustream?
Oh yeah.
Do y'all remember the Ustream?
Yes.
And we were so glad when he finally went over to YouTube. Like people were saying, we love you on Ustream, but we can't wait for you to make that transition to YouTube. And it's one of the best transitions that he has made. We're so glad that he moved on. Is Ustream even still around? Who cares?
Yeah.
But
barely
isn't
no, it's not.
Yeah, but we glad that he
another impact.
We glad that he
in the back channel.
We're glad that what was that?
We made another impact. Look at that back channel. I put it in the chat as well.
Oh God!
And you know where they got that from?
Well, I'm gonna get off of that because a video popped up that made me not want to go and scroll down any lower than that.
No,
Because
just look at the topic though. It's just a topic I wanted you to see because that's
is it
trending.
the first one?
No, the topic that I
demo.
tagged you in.
Yeah,
that I want you to see.
Demo.
You know they got that from us.
Wow. Wow.
Don't tell us.
We
Don't
can't
tell.
have nothing.
They can't have nothing, but don't say we don't do nothing. We can't.
Nothing.
We are not influential.
If y'all don't stop. Patrick O'Shea, come on, really?
You ain't get that.
Now we got the Irish jumping in. Come on,
exactly.
Now.
I guess.
China? Come on.
I guess.
I'm done.
That's crazy.
Oh my Lord, we can't have nothing, family.
That's got to be part of y'all's reparations too. Y'all gotta have like free trademarks. Free trademarks.
Hey, that's not a bad idea when you think about it. That's not a bad idea.
For real.
There's a lot of free that we should have, and that can be one of them. Considering that so many of our ancestors lost their patents to that patent office. Or should I say got stolen and thrown into the patent office?
Major facts.
I salute Garrett Morgan every time I have to go through a traffic light. Get the ass when they run through that red light.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's super crazy. I'm just scrolling through these different posts. Where are we at? Like, there's one of our words that we have definitely made popular over here in the grassroots, and I don't see any of us posting it, family.
The what?
I said this is a word that we've made popular amongst the grassroots, and I don't see any of us even posting this today. What is it? Wow.
What in the bring it on is going on?
For real.
But yeah.
Oh Lord.
But anyway, y'all, I'm actually about to shut the stream down. We've been on here for a couple of hours. We've been on for almost about 2 hours on the dot, almost a little bit over. But I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and get y'all last words out. I'm gonna start with you, Beatzilla.
Yes, sir. First off, of course, shout out to everybody who participated in the rally. Those who were helping coordinate on the back end that weren't even able to make it. So shout out to everybody who took part in that, everybody who was doing the legwork, and all of y'all that ended up in attendance, making it such a successful event for the entire family. This was major. We have definitely put a mark on the world, trending over Powerball and Kanye and Kyrie. I think that says it all. So shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to Tori and Rain again for hosting this panel, and all of my brothers here and my partner in crime, Black Alpha Network. Shout out to everybody, man. And I appreciate this space, man. This live. Cool. And shout out to everybody on Twitter.
Cool.
Black first.
Right. All right, Kid Gravity, you can go up next.
B1 to everybody, and shout out to DC for hosting the event and converting Afro Elite to the Mambo Salsa era. Shout out to him. But I'm glad that the event was a success, and hopefully this can be, until you guys get what you get, this could be a yearly thing. And just to let y'all know, tomorrow night, if you brothers are available, I'm going to be streaming the midterm coverage on my channel.
I will definitely be over there.
Yes,
for
because
sure.
We folks, this could be another historic night. Now, y'all had Saturday being historic. Tomorrow night could be the beginning of the end of the Democrat Party, and this could be something we tell the grandchildrens and the predecessors and the ancestors. They should be smiling on us tomorrow. So I'm going to do that about 7 o'clock. It's going to be fun. But Torian, thank you for having me. Let me get the jokes off and everything. But yes, we all It's time, folks. I hope y'all did y'all due diligence. Even if you weaponized your vote, make sure your people understand that this can be a historic moment where we get out of this haze of being blue no matter who. It's time to take control of our own destinies out here. Our children's futures are on the line tomorrow. And Stacey's down 10 points. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
She's under the delusion that she's winning. When I saw that, I forgot. I think who was that? Was that Tariq that did it yesterday? And then he was showing up like the polling right now with her and Kim. I was like, you really think that this is a close margin? I said this man is at what 55%.
55%.
And you're at 41. I said a close margin would be that you're at 54 and he's at 55.
Right.
I was like, I said that's not a close.
Yesterday, when you came in the stream, I don't know if you saw it, but 47% of Latinos are still unsure if they're going to go vote.
And she did all that stumping and thumping and bumping at that so-called whatever for them. And most of them
Asians,
are illegal.
They don't tell you if they're going to go vote. So, yeah, she might get crowds tomorrow, boy.
Hey, it is what it is. But I'll be over there tomorrow. And for those of y'all who haven't done so already, I have the links to all of these men's channel down in the description. Make sure y'all go and hit the subscribe button on there because they all do great content. And last but not least, I'm going to let Afro say his piece.
Torian, I want to thank you for having this because this was well needed. Salute to you. If you guys have not subscribed, you guys definitely should subscribe to this man. Not only is he a great man who does great content for the people, and as difficult as that is, he's a solid brother in real life. And like, I have his phone number and everything, and the man is a solid brother in real life. So salute to you. Salute to you, BeatZilla, Key Gravity, our brother Black Alpha. Salute to everybody. I want to thank Tariq Nasheed, especially, for being able to pull this rally off. Within 3 weeks' time, within less of a month's time, he was able to make history. And that shows the power that the grassroots have. That shows the power that you really want something. That shows that the amount of needle pushing that our ancestors did, that still is in our veins, that still is in our blood, and we were able to get that done, and that was historic and beautiful. My DC people, my DMV people, salute to you all. Thank you guys. You guys definitely know how to treat somebody when they come down to visit. You guys are beautiful people. First off, everybody at the rally, beautiful people. We had some gorgeous FBA sisters at this rally. Brothers were looking sharp. Got the nice suits on and all that stuff. So everything was beautiful. Shout out to Linus Crown, all of the speakers. Marcel, Teslin, Dewan B, Dr. Randy Short, Professor James Small. I don't want to name everybody, but everybody. Shout out to everybody who was there. Shout out to the people who donated and were there in spirit who couldn't make it, So thank you, Torian, again for this. Definitely, we have to do this again sometime soon. I hope that there's another rally or another event that comes up sometime soon where we can see everybody, because I love meeting everybody. And it was a historic moment. It was beautiful. And thank you.
Almost definitely.
You forgot to shout out Capital City.
Shout out Capital City. Look, man, listen. Shout out to the DC Mumbo Sauce, man. I'm forever changed. I'm forever changed. I would never go back.
He gonna go to Popeyes and be like, let me get the Mambo sauce on the side. What the hell is that?
Right. I told you it works like a charm every single time when people come from all over, even those coming from abroad. When they come and they try this sauce, it's a wrap after that. And it's only one. I don't think I have ever come across one person that said that they didn't like it. Everyone that I know who has come across it has said that they love it. If you don't like it, then something must be off about your taste buds.
Your taste buds.
I don't know what. Something is wrong with you.
You might have caught
it. Something is obviously wrong with you. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let me see if I could share. let me see if I can pull something up right quick that's gonna put a smile on Afro's face when he sees this. Let me see if I can pull this picture up right quick. Let me see. And this is actually a mumbo sauce company that I've ordered mumbo sauce from. So if y'all thought, and this is the first time that y'all are seeing this too, if y'all thought that the capital city mumbo sauce was something, this is a homemade mumbo sauce that is made by 2 young black teenagers in Maryland. They got the gallon mumbo sauce.
Go back up. No, go back up. I'm finna order this right now. Go back up. Uncle Dale.
Oh yeah, I need that link, brother.
Right now.
They
Look,
got
Torian is about to put them. They about to be
mumbo
out of stock
sauce.
tonight. They are about to be out of stock tonight.
What is it, Uncle Dale's?
It's called Uncle Dale's Mambo Sauce. I'm gonna post the link in the chat.
Oh nah.
My bank is gonna call me tomorrow. They'll be all like,
and they got
$7.99. Nah, I'm about to buy 2.
They got
Wait, no, that's not the gallon.
They had the gallon one is $26. They have the mild one and the spicy one. This is the mild one I'm on right now.
Oh god.
Oh no, I'm
they
getting
also make
Tori,
they also
you
make
shouldn't have
cocktail
told me
sauce.
that, Tori. Oh my god.
Ooh.
You shouldn't have told me
I need
that,
a
bro.
gallon. I'm gonna get. And they got cocktail sauce too.
They got cocktail sauce too. This is the site. They got cocktail sauce too.
Oh, so is that the one that so that is that what Tariq had that
No,
he had Capital City.
Tariq didn't, he didn't have this one.
Oh.
This one you gotta like strictly order online.
Torian is the plug.
Yes, this is the. I said I could not leave this stream without plugging this in.
I just bought it.
As a matter of fact, when I went to LA, this is the mumbo sauce that I gave to the guys out there in LA when I went to LA back for my birthday, and they literally went through this whole bottle in like an hour.
Putting it on everything. Just put it on everything.
Yes, they literally right there. They ordered Popeye's chicken and a whole bunch of wings just to use this sauce because they always heard about it. They didn't have it. That sauce was gone in like almost an hour. I said I'm gonna have to send y'all out some. I said I'm gonna have to send y'all out the gallon one the next time.
What for us, like when because we're not from out there, so like when we first got it, because me and my wife was watching something online. I'm like, yo, we got to order some of this, and it's the flavor, man, family. If y'all have not had mumbo sauce, it's like when you tasting something, you're like, damn, is that what I'm tasting? And then the next thing you know, it's just more and more and more. It's you will get turned out on this sauce. We keep
I'm telling you.
Now, Beatzilla, did you try that on a voodoo donut?
Oh, I don't eat that. We know voodoo donuts.
Yeah.
No, we got cocoa.
Yeah, a voodoo donut.
Yeah, that's the tourist attraction donut spot here.
Yeah.
For those in the chat, I just posted the link to the website to the mumbo sauce that dang, you wasted no time. Yeah, and like I said, this is random.
If y'all sell out this mumbo sauce, it's gonna be a problem. I'm trying to tell you. If I don't get a bottle of this mumbo sauce, it's gonna be a problem. Y'all gonna get Afro
Christmas.
Never seen before.
But yeah,
all right, family, we're gonna have to put up a fund and get Afro like a whole box for Christmas.
We might have to put him in rehab.
Nah, he like, listen, I don't want none of that saline y'all got. I want a mumbo sauce IV. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, the mumbo sauce that I just put up on the screen that I just put the link in the chat is actually, like I said, it's ran by 2 boys in PG County, I think in Upper Marlboro, which is like a really nice part of PG County. And they named it after their uncle, which is hence the name of the sauce. And these are 2 teenage, I think they might be 18 now, or maybe somewhere around that age, but they're young and they got this going on. Listen, make sure y'all support them. They gonna be looking like where all these orders come from.
Right.
So like they gonna be working overtime, and this stuff can sell out. Because I remember one time I was going on there to buy a gallon, and that thing said sold out next to it. I was mad as hell. I was like, damn.
The spicy sold out.
See, there you go.
The spicy sold out right now.
The spicy.
What you mean?
Out.
What, on the Andy Factory?
Look what Torian did. It sold out.
I must have bought the last one.
Not even 10 minutes after he posted the link, the thing is sold out. Look at what he did.
Wait, the spicy one on that site is gone?
Spicy is gone, brother.
Oh, I must have bought the last one then.
It literally
Kid,
sold
look,
out.
Kid Gravity. See, that's that New York selfishness that you get. See, when you don't have good pizza, it makes you a selfish
that mambo
savage.
sauce will
Okay,
change New York
why
City
did you do
pizza.
this to me? You did
No,
this
that
to
will
get at
change
me.
New York City pizza.
DJ, you said what flavor is the best? They're both good. Like I said, the mild one is like it's just that it's mild. It has no spice, like spicy kick to it. The spicy one
I'm like
is the same as the same as the mild, but it's probably got a little bit more into it.
Yes,
It's
sir.
like got a little bit more kick to it. Maybe like some
see the
cayenne or
seasoning.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, the spicy one, you can see the seasoning in it.
That looks serious.
Yeah,
man.
and like I said, for those of you who like like to have like shrimp and have cocktail sauce, they got the cocktail sauce on there too.
These boys
So-
ain't
And
playing.
Beatzilla gonna have to get the gallon.
What? Yeah. Oh, you already know. I'm just looking at this. These
I'm
guys
trying.
got
Listen, y'all
something
don't want to
going.
be around when Afro get that last bit out of that bottle. Y'all don't want to be around. He gonna look
Yes,
like Trey from Boys in the Hood.
All right,
He be like, I'm
but
so sick of
yeah.
this shit.
Wow, these boys got written up in U.S. Today too.
Yeah, I was looking
Yeah.
at their media thing. I might have to hit them up for an interview for Bet on
Yeah.
Black.
Yeah.
I might have to do that.
Oh,
Yeah,
my goodness.
definitely.
Yeah, brother.
But yeah, I'm glad I was able to, put that last little
Mm.
plug in there.
Thank you,
Afro
brother.
was losing his mind behind
Now,
this
you know
screen
what I'm
right
gonna
now. He
do
sounds
when
like
it
a mad
comes?
scientist right now.
You know what I'm gonna do when it comes? I'm gonna try it on Miss Creamalicious' ice cream. I'm gonna
Huh?
try it. I'm gonna
What?
try it. You never had spice on ice cream?
No, I have not. Like
Oh,
what?
man,
Like
you
what kind of
missing it.
combination
I'm
is that?
Let me
That's
tell you
salt.
something, Torian. Try this
Mm.
fresh cracked black pepper on top of vanilla ice cream. It's gonna change your life.
Listen,
I promise you.
See, this
I don't
goes
know
to
how
show
that's
he
gonna
doesn't-
Look at that look.
Look,
You got that look. I'm telling you.
did you guys literally hear what he said? He doesn't deserve that mumbo sauce. He doesn't deserve the mumbo sauce.
Afro gonna come jump me in Atlanta. I know it.
Right. He is holding the mumbo sauce down. He is now officially, after trying it for one time, like over the course of just 1 week, and he is now a mumbo sauce connoisseur. And look, Black Alpha said, I'm on Afro side.
You finna change his car color to mumbo sauce red. He gonna get a mumbo sauce
Oh
interior
my
in his
God.
car. Watch.
Wow.
You can put it on.
But
put
Y'all,
it on
y'all
turkey
can knock
burger.
y'all can knock my
To the queen.
black pepper on vanilla ice cream. I'm telling you, try it.
We got salt and straw here, and that's kind of what they do, the sweet and savory thing. So, truth be told, Kid Gravity is not far off. Because if you guys had salt and straw, they'd stand in lines in the rain and cold for this ice cream up here. And they even got it in. It's so crazy that they got it in Disney World now. Go figure.
Yeah.
So it is
Wow.
dope. If you get a chance to try salt and straw, it's like if you ever thought of sea salt and dark chocolate ice cream together, they
Yeah.
do that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Man, it'll change your life.
And olive oil ice cream.
They got that too
Mm-hmm.
with the gorgonzola.
All right, so what I
Ugh.
did was I posted the link on the community tab because people keep asking me where's the link. I put the link on the community tab. Now, like I said, if it's sold out, that is not on me. You just got to be quicker than that, like that old man in that commercial. Because it's not my fault if they sell out. All I'm just the plug. I just
Damn,
put
Stay
it out
Positive bought
there.
4 bottles. Okay, I see you.
And that's why they selling out. They bought 4 bottles. There you go.
Yeah,
Shout out
Tori,
to
you're
the
right. They're gonna be
brothers.
like, "Hey, bro, go look at them orders." Like, what the hell is this?
Right. They're gonna look at this in the morning like, where did all of this come from? I mean, but it's it's good because it's a black-owned business. We helping to support them. And like I
Yes,
said, if they
double
sell
support.
out, y'all can just go right to your Walmart and get the Capital City Mumbo sauce. And then boom, now you're supporting another black-owned business. And you're getting
you
the
go.
sauce too. So there you go. You got options.
I might have to
You
do a
have
cooking video
options.
with that when it comes. I
Yeah,
might have to figure out
007.
a dish with that.
Ricky Jones just said they just ordered 4 bottles.
There you go.
See, there you go. That's how you do it. And it's,
Man.
right. And
Look,
like
look,
I said,
Afro was pissed.
like I said, it's 225 people in here.
Yo, Afro tried to race home so he can get on his computer and get some.
I'm going
Right,
100 miles an hour
listen,
right
hey,
now.
listen, he probably stumped a hole in the bottom of his car and
He
is
about to
pedaling his
pull
feet
over
like
at
he in the
the rest stop.
Flintstones.
He about to pull over at the next rest stop.
Right.
Oh my Lord.
Afro gonna put his whole family on this mumbo sauce. They're gonna be fighting for it.
Yeah.
Facts.
You gonna look on the news and be looking like, what the hell is
They gonna
going
buy
on?
his
What
plane ticket
happened?
just to go back and get some.
Listen, the holidays coming up. Everybody gonna be getting around trying to eat something. I'm gonna put everybody on. I'm like, let me show
That's
you
a
something.
stocking
I ain't even
stuffer.
gonna tell them
See
what
that,
it is.
Pinky.
I'm like, let me just show you something. Through my travels, I found this
Hey,
secret
Torian.
sauce. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Let me
Have
put
you ever
y'all
heard
on
of someone
something.
called Saucy Rebellion?
Nah.
Oh, okay, because they're selling Mambo sauce too on Amazon.
See?
I don't know about them. Torian know. Like he know who to get it from.
Yeah, and see y'all, and the one, like I said, the one that I put up there with the gallon, y'all didn't even know about that until tonight. Listen, we might, if we send Tariq this, he gonna be on it. He gonna put that. He gonna find a way to get that in his next video if he finds out there is a.
You're like,
As a
family.
matter of fact, as a matter
Family,
of
y'all gotta
fact,
excuse me.
let me go
Look,
ahead.
Tariq is about to make a whole space about the mumbo sauce.
Might as well tweet that, brother, so he can go ahead because he gonna be like, "Hey, man, why didn't y'all tell me?"
Yeah,
right.
I put this on my avocado this morning. Lord have mercy.
Somebody said they put it on their ramen, and somebody asked if you could put it on tacos. If you got the spicy, you mix it with mix it with the tacos. Come on now.
Come on, fam.
Come on now.
Put that in your
Yes.
barbecue sauce. You mix it with your ketchup. Now, ketchup.
Oh, I ain't thought about
Nothing
that.
nothing beats Mambo sauce and hot honey together though.
Oh.
You just put anything with mumbo sauce, Kid Gravity. See,
Yes,
this
I'm
is
not
why you
FBA.
shouldn't have
That's
it.
what we
This
do.
is why you shouldn't have it.
I'm not FBA. That's what we do. We mix everything. I'm about to try with the Scotch bonnet sauce from Jamaica.
I just tweeted Tariq and screenshotted the gallon sauce with the link and just said "Thank me later."
There you go.
I'm gonna see how he gonna act when he see that.
You gonna see him retweeting. He gonna quote tweet this brother.
Hey, Torian, you just gave me an idea.
What's that?
I might try with the turkey this year.
That wouldn't be bad. Like I said, you can pretty much put it on almost any.
With the glaze on it. Because I was trying to figure out how I'm gonna do my turkey this year. No, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of the bottles and I'm gonna stretch it out a little bit because I think it might have too much sugar in it. I don't want it to burn, so I might have to stretch it out a little bit.
Yeah, you can dilute it.
Oh. Yeah, what? What does that mean?
Mumbo sauce.
You don't disrespect
turkey.
mumbo sauce like that.
Why not? It's poultry. What's the problem? Everybody get to enjoy it. What the problem is?
Now. Lord,
how am I making you mad? Listen, we know you're gonna get a deep dish and stick it in there in the sauce. We know this. You're gonna go order your pizza and you're gonna slide the bottle over to her, tell her put this in the sauce with it. Come on now.
You see what Emery Willis said?
What?
Gift Black American
cookbooks this year for stock. Man, that's not a bad idea. No, put that and also put a copy of the ISIS papers, especially for your off-code family.
Yeah. Right, the Black Bible.
There you go.
Exactly.
Off-code family.
Sitting on my wife's nightstand.
But anyway, y'all, let's get out of here because this, we just went completely in a different direction. I just had to show y'all
Afro
that
really about to get upset.
It's like literally, he's probably gonna take an IV and put mumbo sauce in it and inject it into his veins. So we about to get up out of here. Y'all have a good night. Y'all enjoy the rest of the week. Oh, this is gonna be the one stream for the week, so I won't be going live on Friday. And because this was a special stream, I'm going to leave this up. I'm not gonna put it on the paywall. So I guess you can say this is my gift to you. I'll be back with my 3 videos tomorrow. Make sure y'all go over to Kid Gravity's channel tomorrow because he will be doing all the
week,
coverage.
By the way,
his birthday's on Saturday. I think you said it's on Saturday. He will be doing the coverage of the midterm elections results tomorrow. So head on over to his channel.
I have a new wig. I have a new wig that I'm going to debut tomorrow.
Oh God.
Oh Lord.
I got new hair. So I got new hair, bro. Y'all gonna like it.
All right. Well, let's get out of here. Y'all talk to y'all later.